and welcome back to my channel. My house is very overwhelming right now. Today is Sunday and I don't typically do home resets on Sunday just because we have church and then we go out to eat after church, and so by the time we do that and I fit in my resting time, because I do also like to rest on Sunday, I just don't get a whole lot of housework done on Sunday. But I feel like it's necessary today because my house just feels very overwhelming and I don't want to take that into Monday. So we're just gonna get some things done this evening. I also have got bags under my eyes because I did not sleep very good last night. I let my kids sleep in the bed with me, which is something that I've been trying not to do. For me, I sleep better if they're not in the bed with me because I've got some rough sleepers, especially my 5-year-old. She always ends up with her feet in my back and I have a hard time sleeping, and so that was pretty much last night for me. I did not sleep very well, so I'm exhausted, but I did get me some Elianos today, so we're gonna sip on that and get some cleaning done. And also a big thank you to Skylight for sponsoring today's video. I'll be sharing all the details on that here in just a bit. I wanted to show y'all this precious gift I got from my P.O. box. I'm not going to say your name for privacy reasons, but you know who you are. So she sent these sweet little pocket crosses, one for each of us, along with a sweet message. So the cross is small enough to fit in a pocket, and it's just to help us to remember to be thankful, live with gratitude, and to lean on God's peace in our everyday life. So I thought that was super sweet. And she also sent prayer or comfort shawls for each of us. It was the absolute sweetest thing ever. Please know that this means more to us than you know. I will cherish these forever. And I actually had 2 packages in my P.O. box. The other was a charcuterie board with a lid. Again, I'm not going to say your name for privacy reasons. A lot of times people don't like me to say their names on my channel for privacy reasons, but thank you so much for that. It was actually in my dishwasher. I had used it over the weekend for a baby shower and it was absolutely perfect. So I just wanted to thank both of you for those gifts. And just please know that I don't ever expect anything from y'all. Just being here, watching my videos is more than enough. I value that very much. Has become part of my Sunday routine and makes the week less stressful is loading up my Skylight calendar. Skylight calendar is basically like having an executive assistant when you are the CEO of the house. Thank you so much to Skylight for sponsoring today's video. This smart touchscreen calendar has been such a game changer for our family, so I'm really excited to be sharing it with y'all. Life as a single mom of 3 means there's something always going on, and it's often felt like I was juggling a million sticky notes in my head just trying to keep up with everything. But with the Skylight, I have everything in one place, from our homeschool to chores to our meals. And I love that I can color code everything so I can instantly see what, where, and when. The chore chart has been really helpful. Each kid has their own list and they love to check things off because the screen even celebrates with them as they complete their daily task, and they have absolutely loved that. You can also set rewards in the app for them to work towards. Right now, Kane has been working towards a gorilla squishy toy that he really wants, so I can set that as a goal for him, and I can also easily go in and add tasks as needed. So for instance, Charlie's bath that really needed to be done today, I'm going to quickly assign that to Kai, and that will go on his daily task for the day. With the Calendar Plus subscription features, I love the meal planning tab. This helps me to plan out the week's dinners, and it even will store recipes, which makes grocery shopping so much easier. And the cool thing is that I'm able to sync everything from the app. So your partner, or you have maybe older kids with phones, they can see everything in the app and everyone's on the same page without all of the back and forth text. Basically a full family command center, and I love that it's clean and sleek on my counter. And I'm also able to upload photos with the Calendar Plus subscription, and it becomes like a digital photo frame when not in use, which I love. So if you've been looking for a way to simplify your home life, I highly recommend trying it out. Get organized in 2025 with Skylight Calendar, and don't forget to use my code Kelly30 for $30 off your 15-inch calendar. You can click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Thanks again to Skylight for partnering with me on today's video. Getting started in the kids' bedrooms first, just because it's soon going to be bedtime. They were currently outside getting all of their last minute wiggles out before we start our night routine. I did have them pick up their rooms like toys and such, but I had washed both Kane and Ray's duvets. I needed to get those back on their beds, and Ray's rug also needed some spot cleaning because this is Ellie's favorite place to hang out. I don't know what it is about Ray's room, but it's her favorite. And there's a few spots on her rug that I need to clean, like just dirt spots. And my house just felt gross. It wasn't like messy, overwhelming. It just felt gross, if that makes any sense. Like it needed a good deep cleaning. I get in these moods, especially if my house starts to smell like dog, that I need to wash everything. So that's basically what I did. And honestly, that's just how it goes. When you have pets in your house, there's constant cleaning to keep up. But especially with Ellie, because she's a big girl, and she kind of spends part of her time outside, but I do let her in as she wants through the day, and so she just stays dirty all the time. So I'm constantly washing and refreshing.
What a wasted time. Should have been here on the outside, read the signs. Used to call you mine, gave it my best, but I don't need one more try. 'Cause baby, I'm all out of hope. Could I find it when I go? Think we're only here to stay alive now. Funny, we ran out of kicks. Now you only make me sick. Think we're only here to stay alive now. 'Cause I know what a waste, what a crime, what a time, and I should go. So I take what I can and I toss it in the car. Drive away down the highway, I can't stay. 'Cause I know that all I know, it's time to go.
I think now that things have finally slowed down, my trip is over with, I can soon start on Kane's bedroom. I'm starting to feel like I'm ready to tackle that. I was kind of feeling a little burnt out after Ray's bedroom, but now that I've had time to rest, I'm ready to get started on his. I've still got that extra bed in here. I just haven't taken it down. I'll probably do that once I start on the bedroom, and he'll be getting all new furniture as well. New bed, dresser, nightstand. And I'm also ready to take care of that big blue spot that's on the wall. That's where the paint is peeling, and I'm not really sure why, because that's the only spot that does that. Nowhere else in the bedroom does that. I'm not sure what caused it. So I've got to make sure that it doesn't happen again when I paint this go around. But I'm excited to make this room his own, a bedroom that reflects him. So if you're not already subscribed and you like home makeovers, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I truly love to share those. They do take a lot of work because I'm just one person, a mom at that. So it does take a lot of work and time for me, but at the end of the day, they're always my favorite videos to share. But I'm gonna get this bathroom cleaned up and then go ahead and start their baths. So the way our night routine usually works is the younger two, they take their baths still. They are 5 and 9. My 9-year-old refuses to take a shower still, and that's okay. So they just take their turns. And then my oldest does prefer showers. He's 14, so He will get his shower after they've had their baths, or sometimes he'll go to my shower while they're in here getting their baths. And then I get mine after everyone is done with theirs. All bellies are full, kitchen has been cleaned. My shower is the last thing I do before I get into bed. And I say shower, most of the time it's a bath, because for me, I need that wind down time after the day is done. I can't just get in bed and go to sleep. I like to sit in a hot bath and relax. I'll scroll my phone or read. It really just depends. You have to let me know in the comments down below how you prefer to wind down in the evenings, or are you one of those that can just go straight to bed? Let me know down below. That I get asked a lot is how I stay motivated to get things done, and the honest answer is that I don't really have the motivation most of the time, but a way that I get myself up and moving is to start small. It really does snowball from there, and I'm definitely one of those two where one thing leads to another, which can be both good and bad, because I find myself sometimes doing 10 things at once and I'm not really accomplishing much. But on days that I just don't have motivation, I'll start with one thing and I'll focus on that one thing only. So I'll tell myself, okay, just switch the laundry right now, or just unload the dishwasher. And once I start, I usually find my rhythm and I end up doing more than I thought I was going to get done. And even on the days where it feels hard, I remind myself that even checking off one little thing is still progress. I think sometimes we can put a lot of pressure on ourselves because, let's be honest, it's never going to be finished. There's always going to be something that needs to be done. Laundry and dishes, they never go away. It's just an endless cycle, and there's always something to be cleaned. So I've been working on seeing it more as a rhythm and not a race. Accomplishing one thing is better than nothing at all. This is kind of random, but I remember when I was a kid, every Saturday morning we would do a deep house cleaning. So of course back then we didn't call it a reset or anything. We just cleaned house, and I remember it feeling like the worst thing ever. It was such a dreaded thing every Saturday morning, and it always felt like so long. But my mom would turn on Tim McGraw or something. We had one of those big stereos in our living room, and she would always turn that thing on max, and we got busy. That was our every Saturday morning routine, and then we got to enjoy the rest of the weekend.
People in therapy are often there to deal with people in their lives who won't go to therapy. I have a job, it's actually quite fulfilling, though my hairline is thinning. I barely do anything else. I read self-help books, I do meditation, walks in the woods, a new destination.
By the time y'all see this video, it will officially be fall, and I'm so excited for fall time. The only thing that I dread is that fall back hour. We're gonna gain an hour, but we're gonna have less daylight in the evenings, and the days already feel really short. So with it getting dark at like 6 p.m., they're gonna feel a lot shorter, and that's always a little hard on me. Also, I can't believe very, very soon I will be planning Ray's 6th birthday party. I've got to get on the ball with that, because at this point I still don't have any ideas, and she really hasn't said anything about what kind of theme she wants to do. So I've got to start thinking about that. I've got to get Halloween costumes together. I have no idea about that either. Every year the kids get new costumes, I don't know if I'm going to be dressing up this year or not. Last year, I dressed up as a modern vampire, and that was a pretty easy costume, so I may do something like that again. I haven't really decided. Sometimes I dress up, sometimes I don't. It really just depends on my mood. Sometimes coordinating costumes for 3 kids is enough on its own. Let me know if you do Halloween, if you dress up, or if you're more of a candy passer outer. I would love to pass out candy from our house, but nobody really trick-or-treats in our neighborhood. It's very rural and the houses are spread out, so we usually just go out trick-or-treating.
Thanks to you. My friend says I am stuck.
This tea steeped a little longer than I planned. I always will bring it to a boil and then I'll turn it off, let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes before I mix it with the water and the sugar. But on this night, I had turned it off and then I kind of forgot about it. I just got busy. But I'm gonna get that mixed up and then I'm gonna make the kids something to eat really quick. We don't usually eat this late. I think it was around 9 at this point, but they were all hungry and I had not planned anything for dinner tonight. It was gonna be cereal or a sandwich, basically a fend for yourself, whatever you want kind of night. But nobody was really satisfied with that. They just were not getting full. So I decided to make some chicken quesadillas really quick. I had tortillas in my freezer along with some leftover chicken from a Hungry Root box. Paired it with some microwavable rice and that did the trick. They finally got full.
Sun cuts through the corner of my window, playing catch. I wonder, do they get tired? Good company purring on my lap, not a single worry to be had. Sunny side up, the only thing that's filling my brain. For now it's sunny side up. The reason that I get out of bed is to lay down again. Oh, I'll be with you in a sec. I just need a day off. Nothing in my plans. I just need a day off. I'll get back, I do my best, but Betty calls.
So this is the charcuterie board I was talking about earlier. I had mentioned a while back, and I actually forgot that I even said this, but I had mentioned about making charcuterie boards during the summer for the kids, but we get flies in our house really bad during the summer, so an open charcuterie board is kind of out of the question. But this one has a lid, which is super cool. So thank you again for sending that. You absolutely did not have to, and I will definitely get lots of use out of it. I've already been using it. It was perfect for the baby shower we attended the other day, but I was starting to run out of steam at this point, y'all. I still had to put my living room together, and that usually takes a while because I had washed all of my couch cushion covers and my rug, so I knew it was going to take me at least 30 minutes to an hour to get all of that done. And I was already tired from not sleeping well the night before, so I decided just to finish the kitchen, vacuum the floor really quick. We had some crumbs under the kitchen table. I also had spots all over my floor from like splattered tea or juice. So I just did some quick spot cleaning for the night in the kitchen and the dining room, and then I went to bed and picked up the next day. But I was really proud of myself for how much I did get accomplished. I wasn't feeling that overwhelming disgust that I was feeling before. It's always, always, always progress over perfection. I will link this vacuum down below. I get questions on it every time I show it, but it is the Dreamy Vac Mop Combo. And honestly, it's one of my faves, especially for like focused spot cleaning. I love my O-Cedar, but you got to vacuum first and then mop. So this does save time. You're just not getting the deep clean that you would with the O-Cedar. And you do have to keep it with the dirty water tank. You have to keep it emptied because if not, you're going to run into smell issues. But that's really the only thing with it. Other than that, it's great. Guys, good morning. I am feeling much better. Got some espresso in me. Went ahead and started a load of towels because I think every towel in the house was dirty. So we're going to start a load of those and then we're going to go ahead and get the living room put back together. I had washed every single couch cushion cover and the rug. When I tell y'all I was in the wash everything mood, I meant it. Everything was getting a refresh, but in my towels, I'm putting a little bit of OxyClean to brighten them. Sometimes towels can hold odors as well, like a sour smell over time. So I've been adding OxyClean in, and I'll make sure to put the washer on the towel setting so that way they get a hot water wash and a 30-minute pre-soak. Also, I've been trying to think about where the Christmas tree is going to go this year. Last year, I had a completely different layout in here. So this is completely new, and I know it's still a little early to be talking about Christmas decor, but as a content creator, I have to be a little ahead of the curve. So the only place that it could go would be next to the TV, but then I feel like it's going to block our view to the TV. But I've also considered taking the entryway table out during Christmas. That way the Christmas tree can go in front of those windows. So more than likely that will be what I do. Y'all let me know your thoughts down below. What kind of setup would you do? I always appreciate hearing your ideas and suggestions. Y'all have given me some pretty good ones over the years. Also washed the throw pillow covers because these things get thrown on the floor a lot, so I felt it was necessary to give them a refresh. But when I washed these ruffle covers, I had this problem a lot with my white ones that I had on my bed before. The ruffles get very wrinkled, so I'm going to iron those out, bring them back to life. I love these gingham pillow covers though. I shared them in my fall clean and decorate. I think they're very country cottage, and they're also neutral, so I may even use them year round. I think they're so pretty. But my living room was smelling so good after washing the rug and all of the couch cushion covers, throw pillow covers. It was smelling really fresh, which was the goal. I love it when my house is smelling good. I'm also going to be making chili in the crock pot today, and it was a laundry catch-up day as well. So between all of the freshly washed linens, the crock pot, the candles, and the laundry, my house was smelling amazing. That's the little things that make me happy though. crock pot chili for dinner tonight. I'm gonna brown up the ground beef first, and then everything from there will go into the crock pot. But you'll have to let me know if you're the same with chili. I can only eat it once or twice a year. I've been in the mood for it, especially now that the weather is cooling down. But now that I've had it, I probably am not gonna want it again for at least 6 months or longer. It's one of those things that once I have it, I'm done with it for a while. You'll have to let me know what kind of foods you're like that with. But in my chili, I usually put bell pepper, onion, black beans drained and rinsed. I'm gonna add a can of kidney beans drained. And then sometimes I'll do diced tomatoes, but I prefer Rotel just because it's got the green chilies in it and it adds a little bit more flavor. I've got Rotel today, so I'm gonna add that in and a can of tomato sauce. Seasoning, I just add salt, pepper, chili seasoning, and then 1 carton of beef broth. And I've heard that it's really good with brown sugar too. I didn't do that today, but I've heard that brown sugar is really good in your chili. Forgot that I did also add onion powder and garlic powder as well. What's a recipe without some onion powder and garlic powder?
Reflection. I tried to blend in, but I can't fake it. I don't wanna be someone else. Honey, all the lies she says so sweet. Honestly, don't believe a thing they say. So tired of the games. It's not real, it's just pretend. Honey, all the lies she says so sweet.
Yeah, the rest of my day consisted of getting caught up on laundry. I had some editing to get done on my computer. We had homeschool, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video and you got lots of motivation. Remember to leave a butterfly in the comments before you go, and I'll see you in the next one.
So tired of